So hi, hello again. So let us start maybe without wasting further time. So just from you guys, I would request you to provide me a brief info, okay, like where you are working, okay, and what you wanted to achieve from the Python. Just quick kind of stuff so that I can able to understand that okay, my candidates are aware about Python or no, and to which level like we need to start this batch. So maybe let us start from Mohit, from you.
Yes, sir. Hi, sir. Morning.
Hi, hi.
Sir, I have more than 8 year experience of the networking arena, and I want to learn Python because you know that right now the time is coming where we are using the APIs. So that's why I want to learn the Python. The main reason that's why.
Correct, correct. Thank you,
Thank you.
thank you, Mohit. Monish, maybe can you please?
Hi, my name is Sanjay, not Manish. I joined from my son's laptop.
Okay, okay, not an issue, not an issue.
No,
Yeah,
no.
sorry,
Okay.
Sanjay. Yeah, Sanjay, please go ahead.
Yeah, so I'm working in network field from last 12 to 15 years, and I worked on different domains. And we are working on automation as well, and we are using Ansible and Python.
Mm-hmm.
And as Python is the most common platform, so I want to like get some expertise. I know Python a little bit. I write scripts, but I want to go to next level.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm looking for a course which can help me to achieve that.
Perfect, perfect. That's great, Sanjay. Okay, maybe Shashega, can you please also confirm? Shashega, are you there? Maybe his mic is not there or something. Okay, maybe not on the audio. Okay. So myself is Radhe, okay, and Radhe Verma. So I am going to teach you Python end to end. I am also having experience of 15 years, okay. And the good thing is I started my corporate journey on 17th of October. That is for today's date only. The year was different, but I started on this date. Okay. So guys, without wasting maybe much of the times, let me show you a couple of the things, okay? And let me just show you the demo, how we are teaching you and what we are teaching you and what will be you getting with our organization, okay? So first of all, again, I wanted to say you that welcome you all to the NetMinion Solutions, where your outcome matter to us. Now, if you will talk about Python, okay, so I hope all of you are aware that what the Python is or what we are, gonna learn about it. But let me, give you a very brief introduction again to all of you so that all of we are on the same page. So first of all, if you talk about Python, Python is what? Python, we used to know that we all say that it is a general purpose high level programming language, right? So this is a common term, like if you need to find out from the Google or from any of the website, you can see that, very easily. Now when we say the word general purpose, what does that mean? It means Python was not written with respect to the take care of the networking, or maybe with respect to take care for the security, or maybe with respect to take care for web development, for F5, for Linux, for Windows, for gaming. No. When we are saying general purpose, it means it can be used for any of them. It is used as a general purpose. Okay. So when we are saying that Python is general purpose, it means we can use in any of the fields. So it is gaining so much of the popularity nowadays. You are aware, right? It is most demanding language, most searched language in 2020. Okay, why it is so? There are some reasons. One of the reason is it is a general purpose language. So it means if you wanted to use maybe data science, if you wanted to go for maybe web development, if maybe you wanted to go for F5 or security or maybe networking, you can easily use Python in your scenarios, and it will be like working as it is. So it is, you can say it is vendor, it is not vendor specific but the independent of the vendor. Okay, so I hope this term general purpose is clear to you guys. Now let us go ahead and maybe check some other terms which we have write down over here. One term is there is named as high level. So before high level, I hope you all of you guys are aware that how our computers or machines work, right? So how it works into your 1010 kind of stuff, that is binary. So if we talk about that it is a machine language and it is maybe the human kind of thing that we human cannot work into 10 kind of stuff, right? So when we say a high level or low level language, it means the language which is nearby the machine, okay, that is known as low level language, like your assembly language. Okay, uh, I hope some of you have done work on the F5. Have you done, Sanjay or maybe Mohit?
So I have idea about the five. I don't work.
So there is something known as Irul, right? Irul is what? Irul again is your scripting language written on the TCL. So that is a mid-level language. Means it is not close to the humans also. It is not common to the machine language. But when we are talking about the Python, Python means it is plain in English. You will be seeing in our next slides, or maybe I will be telling you in our demo also, when I will be taking your practical, that it is very high level language. What does that mean? It means it is very easy to learn. Okay, you can feel like that it is plain English. Like, are you using, maybe Sanjay is aware because Sanjay is telling that he is making the scripts also in his Sanjay, by the way, in which company you are working?
I'm in Microsoft.
Okay, you are in Microsoft. So you are working on the Python, right?
Yes, so we have both platform, Python and Ansible.
Okay, that's good. Even Ansible is what? Ansible is your automation tool which is written on Python. No,
Right, yeah, backend is Python.
that is again written on the Python only. So if you wanted to make maybe any change in the Ansible module, that even then you guys should be aware about the Python. Okay, so Python is mandatory. Now we were talking about the high level, right? We were talking about the high level kind of stuff. So when we are saying high level, it means when over the scale of machine to humans, we see the Python, it is bit closer to your humans. And that is the reason it is plain maybe in the English kind of stuff, so that you can easily learn it. So maybe the languages which are closer to the machine language, one can learn that, not an issue, but he or she needs to be spent a very good time, maybe 2 to 3 months. Whereas for Python, if you will say that, okay, I want to learn Python, I don't have any idea about the Python, okay, or Python, whatever you say. So if you will start it learning, maybe within 15 days you can write down your own script. Okay, so that is the easiness, that is the thing, like how Python is uh, you know easy, how it is easy. So I told you that it is a general purpose, high level, okay, programming language. So what do you mean by programming language now? So first thing, if we are saying the programming language or the scripting language, keep them same for the Python. Okay, you need not to just get confused that okay, it is a programming language or the scripting language, both are the same thing. Now for this, let us understand about the compiler and the interpreter. So there is a very, I am giving a very brief introduction about that because that is not the agenda of our demo, but let me give that. So in any case, if your language is closer to the human, not to the machine. Even then, there should be something which should be work as a mediator between you as a human and between machines, which understand about the bit and byte, right? Or maybe 0 1 kind of language. So for that, there should be something. So if we will say compiler or interpreter in the layman term, we can say that both of them are the mediator, which mediate between your human and the machine language. Okay, but there is some difference. And what is that difference? Compiler language, or whatever the language we have, the compiler language, maybe the Java or something else, whatever language we are having. First, you need to write down the code, maybe the Java code. Okay, then you need to compile it. One compile file will be there. Then you need to execute this file. Okay, so there is one level of more gap in between. But when we are saying about maybe Python, you are writing down the script into the Python. Okay, so it is .py, by the way, extension. You just execute it, and it is the work of your interpreter. In this case, it is a interpreter language, you can say. So it is the work of your interpreter to change the language from human to the machines or bit byte kind of stuff. So that is the main way, maybe you can say. Then in the compiler, first your all the file will be get compiled, and if there is some error, it will be pop up that okay, there are error on the maybe 50 line, maybe 100 line, maybe 200 lines, on whatever line number you are having the error. In case of interpreter, it will get execute the code line by line. So from 1 to 49, it will get execute. If the error is coming on the 50th line, it will show you that, okay, buddy, you need to check it right away. Since there is some error now, okay, so you need to check that error at that time. Okay, then as I was telling you that Python is platform independent. So there is something named as pip that we will be talking about later on during our course. It is a like if you wanted to install any kind of module, okay, or any kind of program, you can say, or the library, okay, you can use pip and you can install that. Now for this, you guys should be aware that we have two operating system mainly, which is using maybe Unix, Linux, whatever you say. Okay, Windows is proprietary from the MS, okay, Microsoft. But if you will talk about the Linux or Unix, it is bit about the open system, and that is the reason you are having a different versions of the Unix like Salitas, Kali, okay, Red Hat, multiple of the stuffs. Okay, you can find out because it is showing you that all of the source code, that this is my source code. Now if you are not happy with the coding that I am providing you as the basic, you can go ahead and change this, buddy. Nobody is stopping you. It is open source. But in Windows you cannot alter something, right? Likewise, how we are getting it into that point, Python is open source. What does that mean? It means there are couple of the libraries, like I will be showing you the syllabus at that time. I will be showing you, maybe we are using telnet library, maybe netmico, maybe napalm, okay, maybe paramico, okay, whatever things we are using. So all of these things is not there in Python. Someone else on the behalf of their Python, Python, because Python is open source, they have written some kind of code, and on the basis of this code, what we can do is we can import these modules into our script. Okay, and we can write down our own module also. Later on we will see that, okay, module is nothing but a script which you can insert into your script, okay, bit like that. So if it is over the internet, we need to install by the pip. Again, that all of things we will be checking when we will be going through our course. Okay, so Python is like open source language, first thing. Second thing, it is in platform independent. What does that mean? if you are using maybe Cisco devices, maybe if you are using Arista, maybe if you are using HP. So the script which you have created, maybe maybe 50 lines of code for the Cisco, you can use same script for HP or Arista if it is the same library. Only you need to provide that, okay, the iOS, sorry, the OS version is not Cisco iOS now, but it is maybe Cisco NXOS. Okay, rest thing is written into that library. It will take care on your behalf and push on those commands to the specific OS, whatever you are writing on. Okay, so getting this point, Sanjay or Mohit, any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay,
Yeah, I'm good. Chintan.
okay. So let us go ahead and see the same thing again over here. So we have actually talked about this, that why we required Python. So here we are saying the same thing, that it is gaining popularity, and multiple of the, if you will see the university in the US, UK, now they are moving towards the Python. And maybe if you heard about that, even Cisco certifications, I hope you are aware about that. Cisco certifications is having now Pythons into them, right? Why? Cisco don't want you to spend maybe 2 to 3 months to learn some kind of programming language and then come back and give the certification. But they wanted to know about the fact of the, any of the language, and since it is your very easy language to learn, maybe in 15 days or 20 days you will be able to, go ahead and write down your script. So that is the reason these all of the big giants are, putting them into their certifications. Okay, then it is all about the different community index that Python is gaining what kind of popularity. And here again we are saying that it is the one which is now leading on your all languages also. So if I will talk about that, who is the father of Python, or who write down this Python? So this is the gentleman, a Dutch programmer named as Guido van Rossum, okay, who write down your Python. Okay. Okay. So for those who don't know like how to, install Python on your Windows machine, so for that there is a official, website of Python. Let me show you. But before that, let us check our content. NetMinion.net. You just go to our official website. It is https://netminion.net. Okay, and you will be navigated to that page. And after that, maybe you can just go to the trainings, and under the training in the automation, there should be Python. What happened? Okay, if you will scroll down it. Okay, maybe you can read this stuff later on. Okay, if you will scroll down it, you will be able to see that we have divided Python in 5 modules. Okay, so there are total 5 modules. First module is like building blocks, and it is very important module, guys, because if you are not aware about the data types, if you are not aware about the loops, if you are not aware about maybe different syntax, you cannot able to write down your own program. Okay, so to write down a big script, maybe it is bit like that. If you wanted to write down sorry, any kind of essay, so you need to have the alphabets knowledge, right? So it is bit like that, where we will be covering like what are the IDs, how to install it, how to set up the lab, maybe different kind of stuff we will be checking. Then we will be talking about different data types, like what are the data types, what is the naming convention should be, what are the variables kind of stuff. Like in like we have the strings is again a very important topic in the Python, because Sanjay is working, so he should be well aware about it, how the string is very much important. Okay, we will be doing different methods we will be using of the string, and we will be checking that, okay, how we can, make some substring of a strings. So when we are, okay, let me give you a quick example. Okay, so maybe over the Cisco device you are finding out show version. If you are writing down show version, it means you want an output of the show version, and that will be what? That would be a string. And let us say I am saying you that, okay, give a task. By the way, during our all of the class, there are a couple of the tasks which I have prepared for you guys with related to particular topic. Okay, like the string we are doing, so it is the string based. Like we are doing netmiko, it will be netmiko based. Like napalm, we will be doing it napalm based, kind of that. Okay, so if I am giving you a task that, okay buddy, find out the uptime, okay, of a device. So what you will be do, you have maybe the whole string of the show version. Now you need to find out a substring out of that. Okay, so in that case you need to be very much aware about the indexing. What is the index is, okay, whatever the different type of things. So you need to have these kind of stuff, and you should be aware about these kind of stuff. Otherwise you will not be able to do the right program, okay, or whatever our thing is, whatever we wanted to achieve, we cannot achieve that, right? Okay, now uh, Sanjay, maybe Joya from my side is pinging you. Okay, please respond her on her chat.
Sure. So she's pinging me on Zoom, or
Sorry,
she's pinging me on Zoom? Yeah.
maybe on Zoom. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So we were talking about this theory, like what are the list, what are the tuples, what about the code structure and all of the stuff, maybe functions, dictionaries, ranges. So like what are the functions, how you can create your own function in your program, why it is required, why we need to divide, different things in the function wise. So that of all of the things we need to do, right? There is something loop, and loop, like where you can use loop maybe for Cisco devices or maybe for any of the device. Okay, let us say F5 this time, huh? So let us suppose I am giving you a task in your F5. Make a script that it will logging into the F5. Again, it is a different method, it is a different opinion. Either we will be doing it through the REST API or through the SSH. We will be doing, by the way, in our course, both of them. Okay, so I wanted to know the detail that, okay, how much virtual servers are created. So we will be again creating a loop. Into that loop we are just telling that, okay, till the last virtual server, print out the all of the virtual server output. Or maybe if you wanted to store it somewhere into some external file, through using your script you can use that. Okay, like if you see this file handling means what? File handling means, let us suppose you have a script. Okay, you have a script, and you have this configuration file which is stored somewhere else. Now it is your PC or the jump server from where you need to log in into this router maybe. Okay, we are taking one router. So script is lying down over here in this PC. This PC will pick up all of this configuration file first and will push this configuration file into the router or maybe into the switch or whatever device it is. Okay, that you need to write down the script. When you will be writing down the script, you will be able to understand that, okay, how we need to do that. Okay, so it is the case like you can use your Python file handling to do these kind of stuff. There is something known as exception handling. Exception handling is what? Exception handling means if there is something, maybe some error come. Okay, if there is there are some 1 to 100 lines are there. Maybe at the line number 50, there is some error which is now coming into your code. Now your program will not proceed further. So what you can do is, you can again make couple of the changes into your program, and you can say that, okay, if there is some exception is coming into this particular code, then how to handle that exception. So that we will be learning again in the exception handling. Then there are different Python modules as I was talking with you, okay, which we will be learning during our course. Now, second module, if you will be talking about, second module is for networking aspired candidates. Okay. See, the first module about which we were talking, that is a general purpose kind of stuff. Like if you wanted to learn Python maybe for different stuff, you should be aware about those modules. And that is a integrated part of your second module also, or maybe you can say your third module also. So it is not like that we are selling these three modules differently, because we are also aware that a person, if he or she wanted to go for module 3, he or she should be having the knowledge of module 1, right, module 2 and module 3, like that. So we are talking about all of three modules all together. Okay, now let us talk about this module where we are talking about the Cisco kind of stuff. So here if you see, there we are using couple of the libraries like NetMiko, you can see, and into the NetMiko, whatever the part we wanted to use, this kind of task we can perform easily, very easily using it, and you will be able to understand that and you will be able to do it by your own. Then couple of the advanced NetMiko scripts we will be doing, like where we are just importing the error handling. And okay, let me show you my lab first, then maybe we will talk about this particular task. Okay, allow me a minute. So okay, let me log in it quickly. Okay, so this is our lab where we will be doing, multiple of the stuff. Again, we can use this lab also, either we can create on our own home laptop as well. So there are two of the switches and there are two of the routers which we will be having, okay, into our lab, and one is our FI device where we will be pushing our script and we will be checking either it is behaving in the same manner what we required for, or what it is intended for. Okay, so I was talking about the NetMiko kind of stuff, the advanced kind of stuff. In that, what we will be doing, our task will be, we need to create a script. We need to check either the script logging into this IP is a switch or a router. What is the capability of this device? If it is a switch, there are two configuration files which is putting somewhere into external to my device. Maybe it can be residing into this Windows server also. So if it is a switch, pull these switch configuration commands and push it over the device. If it is a router, do not put the switch configuration over there. Pull the router configuration and put the router configuration only. So such kind of scripts we will be doing, such kind of task we will be doing during our labs, okay, or during our task. So the same thing we are providing you there, that okay, we need to check either it is like what is the capability of your device, either it is a switch, either it is a router. And how we can check that? We need to create this intelligence by our own. And how we can put this intelligence into our script? Again, for that you should be having some kind of logics. So those logic building will be done together when we will be doing our lab. Okay, so we need not to, we are not here to to give this kind of all of the theoretical portion or the practical portion to show you and go. No, we will be helping you to build up your logic so that later on, if you have maybe some another task to do, you can do it by your own. You need not to be having myself over there to help you in each on every task. Okay, it should be you that, okay, which is checking that, okay, this is the thing, this is the logic, now let me build it, because everything is available at every point of everywhere. Only if you have the knowledge how to fetch that, you can use that. Similarly, we will be using Napalm. Into Napalm, there is a thing like named as version control. Okay, what we can do is, maybe let us suppose again, I am giving you a generic, scenario that your company is hiring or migrating a new project. So let us suppose there are thousands of the devices over there. Now, over these thousands of the devices, if you guys have done migration earlier, you should be very much aware that you need to do what? You need to remove the maybe ACLs, maybe NTP of that company, maybe some kind of SNMPs kind of stuff, or multiple of the stuff you need to remove, and you need to put your own. Okay. So one thing is you need to push new configuration. Second thing is you need to verify either those configuration is there or no over the device. Third thing is, if maybe one or two line is missing and you wanted to push those lines only, you can do it using some of the libraries. So this kind of activity also we will be doing. Then we will be checking that, okay, what is the version, and either it is on the same version, so you can say it is to control your version. Okay, if you wanted to control your version, you can use that as well. And again, we will be doing it through multiple through different of the programs. Then Paramika also we will be doing. Into Paramika, maybe if you want to access something through the Paramiko, why it is required, I will be let you know when you will be going to the classes. You will be easily able to understand. Then module 3, we are providing for the BigIP lovers. So here, like how to use BigIP, again I told you that if we are saying to log in into the BigIP, so it is not bit like to go into your CLI and log in into the BigIP. Through the script we will log in. Now through the script also there are two options, as I told you earlier. One is through your REST API kind of stuff, one is through your SSH kind of stuff, and we will be doing both of them when we will be taking these classes. Yes, Monish,
Sir,
sorry, Sanjay, you wanted to say something.
sir,
Yeah.
hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, sir, I had a query that like I have all the experience related to the sir, networking. So if I'll be going for the Python, so I have to learn all this module.
Not getting your point here. Can you repeat again?
Sir, actually, I have more than all the experience related to networking.
Mm-hmm.
But if I want to go for deep in networking, so I have to learn a different concept for Python. Yeah, this course is enough for me.
So for networking perspective, I hope this course will be sufficient for you. Later on, if you wanted to do maybe different things, who stops you? You can surf the internet and there is a lot of things available there. See, main thing is you should be aware about the basics and about the understanding, maybe, or maybe about the logics, I need to say. Okay, it is bit like that you are aware about the OSPF. Okay, how OSPF work you are aware about. Now you are not aware about the distribute list, maybe. Okay, you, if you will learn it, if you will just go to the documentation and check the distribute list, you will be easily able to understand that, okay, so because why you will be easily able to understand about the distribute list, because you are already aware about the OSPF kind of stuff. Correct. So let us suppose in future there is one more library or module came, okay, in your network. So if you are already working on 2 or 3 of the modules, and if you are already aware about that, okay, how these modules will work, what is the way to import them, what is the way to install them in your own computer and laptop, you will be easily able to do everything with the 5th module also. Getting this point?
Okay, sir.
So is there any question from the F5 respective also?
Ravi, I have a question here.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm working on F5, but I don't work deep. I only work on creating a web or like putting a host under that web. So, like, will you be covering that troubleshooting scripts as well here? Like how to, for example, if you want to build a script to check, like, for example, if any node is down on the under the web, those kind of scenarios. Will you be covering those kind of things?
So currently, what kind of scenarios we are telling is there, okay?
Okay.
But the thing is, if you wanted to maybe go far away about that,
Mhm.
we can we can be continue do that, okay? But not in the batch.
Okay.
After that, maybe we can do that, okay, later on, but not in the batch, because this batch is the general purpose kind of stuff. Like everyone who has the knowledge or who don't have the knowledge, they should be aware about this thing.
Okay. Okay.
Hope you understand my point, right?
Right.
So we can do that, but later on,
Okay.
okay? Because I will be creating your WhatsApp group where you will be active. I will be there, okay? Everyone will be there, so you can maybe put over there if there is something, or maybe there is some issues, okay? And we can troubleshoot over there, or maybe we can do that into that later on. But again, it depends upon our mutual understanding that, okay, how we need to proceed and how we need to do. Okay, we can do that, don't worry. So if we will talk about module 4, so module 4 is the some kind of scripting which is very much loved by the US guys generally. Okay, they used to come to do this whole course only about for this script. So this script, when I just created in the way that, okay, if my script is going into maybe one of the device and it is checking the CDP neighbor kind of stuff, it should be printing out my whole of the diagram. Okay, bit like your CPU utilization, also bit like your F5 information also. So in F5 information, this script, what we will be doing, we will be taking input and output from the user, that, okay, what is the VIP you wanted to get, what is the method you wanted to use, what is the load balancing method, what is the destination IP, what is the source IP, what is persistence you want or no, maybe such kind of stuff we will be taking from that. And as per that, we will be configuring a VIP kind of stuff which you were talking about, Sanjay. Okay, then also in this script there are a couple of the like 1 2 3 4 such kind of wordings will be displayed, like we used to talk in IVR, that you press 1 it will happen, you press 2 it will happen, you press 3 or press 9 to go into the main menu kind of stuff. So here also we are just showing these kind of menu card, and as per that menu card, one can create maybe VIP, one can create maybe pool member, one or node, or maybe pool, okay, such kind of stuff. Or maybe he or she can watch something or view something if he or she wanted to see, okay. That kind of stuff will be shown into your module 4, where we will be doing this part. Then into module 5, we will be talking about Django. Django, I hope all of you are aware that it is a web framework, huh? It is a web framework of Python. And in this Django, how we are using in our perspective, like I will be sharing this demo class with you. If you don't have this, you have not seen it yet. So I created an HTML page. Over the HTML page, I created a button. Onto this button, when user will create on this button, maybe there can be n number of the buttons. Okay, I am just providing you one button working. If you are creating over there, then this will pick up a script from your desktop and will be getting executed to your F5. Let us suppose I wanted to check the certification from this button. Then it will give this kind of value and will be represented in the way of HTML only. So user need not to do anything, need not to run anything. It will just click over there and everything will be done from then and there. Getting this point? So that is what we will be doing in our all of the 5 modules. Okay, and this is end-to-end course.